I mean, honestly, did you see the New Kids on the Block shout out? So, I mean, listen, to me, that kind of trumps any of the scoring, because this is something that since I was a little kid, I could have never even imagined that they said my name, like they wished me luck. Like my brain has melted. I am deceased. I just, listen, I'm just happy I'm here another week. Hopefully we can improve and stay longer. But honestly, I'm on cloud nine for sure.
This is like dreams come true for you right now.
Freaking out. I mean, honestly, I still, like, we've been moving the whole time. I haven't had a second to pause, but I'm probably going to, as soon as I'm done, like, just watch that video over and over. I'm so excited.
I mean, it has to make this night so special for you, too, because it wasn't the greatest night dancing-wise, but, like you said, you still did a great job.
Hold on.
Okay.
The dancing-wise, it was the greatest night, in my opinion. Maybe the scores weren't the greatest, but I felt like she killed it. Did such a good job. I mean, Cha-Cha is the hardest dance because you have to realize that we are in week 5, and a lot of 3 couples got eliminated, so our music gets a little longer, and the fast dance is a lot more steps, a lot more. We have to put a lot more content into it. So I was like, look, you killed it. Judges scores, whatever.
Well, he will keep it real too, because there's times that we've done well with the judges, and he doesn't say this. So I'm just letting you know he's a pretty even keeled. Like, I can really trust. Like he's not just saying this to kind of. No, there are other times that maybe it sounds like I did good with the judges. He's like, no, we could do a lot better. So this means a lot that he says that.
Well, you obviously are very supportive of one another. So, Chrishell, how does that feel to have that support every week?
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be here if it weren't for this partnership. He is an incredible choreographer, so brilliant with the way that he's able to. Because think about it, it's not just like he's coming up with a dance for me to do. He's having to think of my strengths, my weaknesses, and ways that he can make me shine, and then adapt everything that he does to that, on top of the ways that I respond to learning, because we've had to learn that about each other, and it's a learning process. And I think in the beginning, he's learned, like, sometimes I become small and insecure if it's like a little too harsh, and then I flourish if he's encouraging. And everybody's different. I'm sure he's had other partners, he's told me, where it's opposite of that. So he's so brilliant in the way that he's able to adapt. So it means everything. I feel like I don't know how I would have done in other partnerships, but I know that this is for me the strongest that I feel like I could ever do.
Because every week, I mean, it gets harder and harder. And I do want to talk about last week, because you were so vulnerable and so open with all of America and everyone watching Dancing with the Stars about the decision to freeze your eggs. So why was that something you wanted to share?
Well, I feel like it's one of those things that in my position, it wasn't necessarily something that I wanted to share at first. And then the fear of feeling like it was a secret, and if somebody in the lobby could out me, or at Dancing with the Stars, I had to kind of work my schedule around me, doing all of these doctor appointments, and it kind of felt like this like dirty secret. And then I just felt like the second that I just own it and open up about it, there is no power behind it. There's no fear. It actually can be a bonding experience with many other women that do the same thing. And I think as women, sometimes we carry the shame that maybe that means we failed in some way. And
maybe it's a beautiful.
Well, thank you. So I just feel like it was one of those moments where I thought, even though I'm working through that on my own, let me do that out in the open, because I feel like we shouldn't feel like that,
Right. And I'm sure you helped a lot of women also come to that realization. I 100% believe so. How, though, has it been juggling that with Dancing with the Stars? I can't imagine that being an easy task.
Well, I have to say, when I was doing both, it was really difficult, because it makes you physically uncomfortable. There's also, like, everything is on a time schedule, and this takes up a lot of time. So I just have to say, everyone on the show was so supportive and so amazing. And as anyone that is a mom, they're the masters of juggling things. So this must be, in my head, I was like, this, if moms can juggle, having kids and doing all of the things that they do, I can figure this out, so I don't want to drop one or the other. I can do both. And luckily, once I enlisted their help and just was open with them, it really was a happy family, and everybody wanted to help me succeed. And so it was just, I'm so happy that I ended up, just being open about it.